Well, hello everyone. It's Brian with One of a Kind, and welcome to Drinks with Brian. It is happy hour. It is Wednesday evening, and I am excited. How about you guys? How's everyone doing tonight? I see some comments on there. We are coming live on YouTube, One of a Kind YouTube, and also on the Facebook Live. So I am so excited. I see comments rolling in. Hi, Brian and Ken from Wisconsin. I got Vicky coming in from YouTube, coming in there. So how you doing there? YouTube, Vicky, YouTube's in there. Look at these. I got comments all over the place. You guys are wonderful. So let's talk a little about what tonight is all about. I'm really excited about this. This is a whole different event. This is the second time that we're trying this. As usual, we will have a special guest tonight, and I don't think that guest is going to need no introduction. His name is Ken Oliver. My name is Brian with One of a Kind. I am the host. If you're new to the group, hey, be sure to shout newbie on there, and I'll give you guys a shout out. Look at all these people coming in: Michigan, Connecticut, Antioch, California. You guys are really rocking. We're really going tonight. And to finish my introductions, I have Carol on the keyboards. So she'll be able to help you guys out there. And then, of course, we have executive management under the table, Heidi there. So she's with us as well. You guys, look at all these people coming in here. So I appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. So here's how tonight is going to work. Well, first of all, it's called Drinks with Brian. So I got to get a drink in my hand because my hands are empty. And then once we get that drink in my hand, we will bring on our special guest tonight, which is going to be Ken Oliver. This is a whole new setup. So this isn't about selling tonight. This is about getting to know our artist. So we're not going to be demoing. We're just going to talk tonight. It's the whole goal is it's like a happy hour setting. Work is done. Let's all go out to the bar and have a drink. So remember too, when I say Drinks with Brian, remember, it doesn't have to be leaded. We can do unleaded. Oh my gosh, I just dated myself. If you guys actually know what the difference is between leaded and unleaded gasoline is, oh my gosh, well, we just all dated ourselves. So what I'm trying to say is you don't have to have alcohol to have fun. So if you have water, juice, it doesn't matter with me because as long as you're with me, we're all going to have a great time. So I got Milwaukee, Lehigh, Wisconsin checking in. Oh, I do have a newbie that came in here, my first visit. Jane Harriman. Hey, congratulations. Welcome to the group. Hey, I hope you enjoy tonight's our little shindig, if you will. So why don't we go ahead and get started? Like I said, I don't have a drink, and I'm going to take my recommendation from a comment that was made on a post a day or two ago from Bobby Jean. Bobby Jean said, Brian, you need to make a chocolate martini. So I'm going to switch over to the screen here, and why don't we go ahead and make ourselves a chocolate martini? I don't know if you guys can see me there. Kind of move that up a little and down. All right, here's how I like to make mine. First, I like to put my rocks, or I like to say the ice in there. I like to get I don't use a little cup because I'm at home, so I just kind of mix it up a little. I just put a little splash of vodka. And tonight's chocolate martini is actually called a Godiva. I'm using some nice Godiva, which is 1 part vodka, 2 parts Godiva. White milk chocolate. I like the white. White makes it nice. So then I got that in there. We're going to mix a little of that, a little more, because it's chocolatey and it's really good. So what I like to do is I'll put my cap on there. I'm going to put my cap. Just let that sit there for a second because, again, it's a chocolate martini. So here we go. This is the way I like to make it. Whoop, let's get all that chocolate down there. All right, now that I got that chocolate, hopefully I don't make a mess. And I like to just wring my chocolate around a little.
Not stir, Diane Schromer.
I'll be shaking. I'll be shaking. All right. So now I got a nice little chocolate lined up there because you know what? It's never too sweet. And hey, you know what? All right, here we go. Hold on. This wouldn't be a one of a kind show if if I didn't have a little shake and bake going off. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm like James Bond. I like them dirty, but that's a whole nother show. So, all right. So I got my my martini shaken. Bear with me there for a couple seconds. I got that all nice and frothed it up. I'm gonna put that in there. Oh yeah, that's looking good. That's perfect. Perfect. I didn't want to fill it up too much to the rim. And again, just because I'm Brian from One of a Kind, I like it special. So I got a little whipped cream. The real cream, and it's extra creamy because you can never have it creamy enough. Put a little whipped cream in there. It's not the prettiest, but it's good enough. And then what would Brian be without, just like my cards, you got to put a little bling on the top. So I like to put little sprinkles right on top of the top, and there it is. It's Brian's martini. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, that's really looking good. All right, guys, that was really I really enjoyed that one. That was good. So, all right, so here's how tonight's gonna go. So I got my drink. I'm ready to go. Ken's gonna be joining us. Ken's on the phone. Ken's on his iPhone, going to be talking to me through my computer and then through you guys. So he can't see the comments. So what's going to happen is I have some comments or questions that I've written down. So if you guys have questions for Ken, go ahead and write those questions down or type them down on the screen. I got Carol on the keyboards, and she'll be picking and choosing some questions out there so we can ask Ken tonight. So, and here's how it's going to go again. I like to repeat myself. It's not a selling event tonight. It's not a craft. It's not a demo. It's getting to know your artist. It's about just kicking back, relaxing with some friends, getting to know us, getting to know you, getting to know me, because we all know what 2020 was all about. And hey, we couldn't get out to the bar because everything's closed down. So you know what? Let the bar come to you. So, all right, without further ado, I think it's time to welcome our guest. And I would like to welcome the one, the only, the famous artist that we all know and love. His name is Ken Oliver from Ken Oliver Crafts. Hello, Ken.
Hey, Brian. Hey, everybody. How are you?
I'm doing really good. It's good to hear you there. So it's good to see you. I hope everything's going good down in Indiana.
It's going great. Like you guys are getting the snow. Today we're getting drizzle. And overnight, we're supposed to get some of the snow and freezing rain and a whole mixed bag of wintry free stuff.
Yeah, winter is here. Unless if you're the people in the South,
right.
Everyone knows this is the way it's going to be. So we got to get going. So I got a lot of people that are saying hi out there. So I'm going to just give you some shout outs really quick, Ken. I got Lynn Mann that joined us. She's saying hi, Carol, Brian, and Ken. Diane Schumer's on there. How does he go about picking the paste and other mediums he uses in the projects? We'll answer that question a little later. I have Diane Schumer that says hi, Ken. Brenda Bibby Woods is saying hi, Baxter and Ken. And Diane's also out there. Sarah and Barb is also out there. Tons of people are saying hi. So first of all, Ken, as you know, it's Drinks with Brian, and I got the chocolate martini.
I'm excited.
What do you got?
To be here. Cheers.
Thank you. What's in your cup?
I'm drinking eggnog. I'm still feeling really Christmassy. It is the sixth day of Christmas, and so I'm drinking eggnog with freshly grated nutmeg on top. It's so good. Awesome.
Hey, I don't want to jump into questions right away, but I do have a question for you. I think that's like one of the most wonderful looking Christmas trees in the background. Can you tell me about how you come up with the secret sauce for your Christmas trees? Oh.
Sure. This tree, I haven't had these ornaments out for a few years, but this whole tree is made of vintage shiny, bright ornaments. And I don't know if you've heard of those before, but they were popular from from the turn of the century up through the 60s and 70s. So I have a really good collection of those ornaments. Like I started my collection of these shiny brights because I inherited a bunch from my grandparents, and I loved them so much that I just started collecting them. And then some of my friends in the antiques business realized what I was collecting, and so they started kind of like personal shopping for me. So whenever they would get like primo boxes in from an estate sale or something, they would call me and they would say, "Hey, you've got to get these." And so I have a pretty good collection of shiny bright ornaments. Also, I have yards and yards of vintage glass beads. I've got bubble lights on this tree, and I wired the tree this year really in a unique way so that I can have just the clear lights on, or if I want to have the clear lights off and have all the bubble lights on, I could do that too. But I have worked around the Christmas industry and Christmas businesses all my life. So like, I love Christmas. Sorry, my dog's a little chatty.
No problem at all. Baxter, how you doing out there, Baxter? Baxter's looking pretty handsome looking man tonight.
Hey, Baxter, look,
How you doing, Baxter? Baxter?
you hear that, Baxter? Say thank you. Sit pretty. Good boy.
Holy cow! Look at that.
He's a character.
Oh, I can tell. Look, I always see a bunch of videos. I always see you out there walking and doing the post with Baxter all the time. And then he's quite the handsome man, always smiling. Yeah. I always see those on the post. I was wondering.
He has so many girlfriends. He has so many girlfriends out along where we walk along the trail, and people actually stop their cars and yell across the street like, "Hey, that's one fine-looking dog right there." And he has so many friends. Like, people will yell at him, "Hey, Baxter, I follow you on Instagram," and it's hilarious. He has a lot of girlfriends.
Wow, I love it. Hey, one of my questions that I had about I've met myself having a dog as well, Heidi. I was wondering, training with Baxter. Did you train Baxter, or do you have Baxter trained, or can you?
We have worked with a behavioralist from the time when he was a little pup, and so I've had dogs all my life, and Baxter is a working dog, and he's from farm stock. And this kind of dog, it's Australian Shepherd. They're actually bred to herd sheep and cattle. And since they're working dogs, like, they always have to have some kind of job. And whenever I first got him, the person I started going to and boarding where I boarded him, she said, "Look, you need to look at training like it's a lifelong commitment with this kind of dog." So I said, "Don't, you're going to set yourself up for some problems, because they have a lot of energy and they like to be doing things." So like, I can always say to my dog, like, now, since I've worked with them, like, "Come here, buddy, get up here." I can tell him to do stuff and he'll just do it. Get up. Well, most of the time. But if I say, like, "Go get in your house," go get in your house, he will like run to get in his house. He will, like, just kind of do whatever I ask him to do. And so it's important with a working dog to have like a good training plan. We have worked with puzzles, like food puzzles. He loves food puzzles. We play games all around the house, like find it, I can hide things and I let him find it. We do some agility things, but I haven't really drilled down on that a lot. But yeah, like, it's a thing that I had to get under control with him, because he was such an active puppy, and to the point sometimes of being aggressive with people. And now he's the sweetest thing you can imagine, but he is rather territorial. And so yeah, like, training with him has been a really fun, part of having him, because it's like an ongoing thing.
Wow, that's awesome. That's just, again, having dogs and just being able to work with that. I can understand the attention and the effort that, it's not just the dog, it's you, and it's both of you guys working together to become one. So it's really great how everything worked out.
Well, I'm sure Heidi is sure. I'm sure she's the same way. Like I've met Heidi a few times, and I know that she's a working dog, and you have to have a plan for her. I think to keep her active and keep her engaged.
I do. So with Heidi being a German Shepherd, and I don't want to use the word damaged dog, but she was a shelter dog. So what happened is someone abandoned her, and in the middle of winter, and so when we got her, she was very skittish. The tips of her ears were cut off because of frostbite. And what happens is when shepherds get stressed, they lose a lot of hair. And she came into the shelter almost bald. And so the shelter worked on getting her back to a point. But me having shepherds my whole life, I ended up have a lot of understanding with it. So I was able to work with Heidi and get her into the place that she was. She was a little skeptical of people and stuff. But that's why I just work with her, bring her at the store. And, again, it's just Brian. I have a way with the ladies, and that's the way Heidi, I got Heidi to like me too somehow. So I don't know how, but it worked. So.
Right. I remember the first time that I met Heidi, she was a little skittish around me. But then by the next day, she was fine.
Yep.
But I think it just took some love and some treats in my pocket to convince her that I was okay.
oh, without a doubt. Every time you have some snacks in the pocket, you're always gonna find new friends. Always.
Right.
Awesome. So I want to ask you a question, and then which will lead into my first comment or question from a customer or watcher tonight. I'm sorry, as I try to learn this too. Hopefully this martini doesn't get to me and I'll be slurring my words by the end of the show, but it tastes so good I can't help. So here's my question for Ken. I was wondering, going all the way back, could you tell me about, obviously, maybe you did, I don't know, but did you have a career before you got into the crafting industry, or did you just walk into the crafting industry? Tell me about the early Ken, the early days.
No, I did. I actually worked in the Christmas industry for years and loved it very much. And I've worked in sales almost all my life. And just by some coincidence, the job that I had out of college, and it was supposed to be a temporary job because I had planned really to go on for my master's and my PhD so I could teach college. And that really didn't work out because I applied to really top tier schools and I didn't get anywhere. But what happened in between us, I started working for a company that made gift wrap and ribbons and bows. And I started working in the Christmas industry and I loved it because literally, like, I handled big accounts like Target and like Walgreens and Party City and kind of you name it. And it was so much fun because like an Eckerd Drug, I don't remember Eckerd Drug and Rite Aid. My conversations and selling were always about fashion because I got to sell color and style. And that was a big thing about what the buyers always look for was color and style and what would be in fashion. And it gave me a really good background in learning how to trend predict and how to sell and how to work with color and trend in my job and what I was doing. And it was absolutely like just the most amazing experience that I ever had. Like, we had showrooms in New York City and I was working in New York usually like 2 times a month. Sometimes I would be in New York for like 3 or 4 weeks at a time. And I really got a good, what I would say, like almost like experience of what it is like to live and work in New York just from the time that I worked up there, meeting with my customers in our showrooms. So yeah, that's what I did before crafting. And I mean, and a lot of my jobs have always been around the Christmas industry. I'm going to tell you a little known and really weird thing about myself. When I was in high school, I auditioned to work at a theme park that's called Santa Claus Land. And it's near here. It's about an hour away. And then it was called Santa Claus Land. And I made it. I made the audition. And I got to work in the shows at the park. And my favorite show was the Ho Ho Hoedown. And so we got to sing some Christmas songs and also some country songs in the Ho 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 Down. And it was really fun. But I've always had jobs that kind of revolved around the Christmas industry before I was in craft. Right. I never had to dress up in an elf costume, but there were park characters that walked around like the Three Little Bears. I remember that my favorites were the Three Little Bears. And sometimes if somebody who was like portraying one of the Three Little Bears was out or they had an opening, you could pick up a shift. And I love to pick up a shift working as the baby bear. So you get to wear like the big costume head and a big crazy outfit. There's a little fan on the top that keeps you cool. And it was super fun because it's like all acting and because that costume is really big. Your characters have to be like, your emotions have to be like really big, you know, to be like, hey, my dog's trying to drink my eggnog. Your emotions and your reactions have to be super big because your costume is so big. And I actually love doing that, like filling in for working within some of the character costumes. So I never had to dress up as an elf, but I got to dress up as Baby Bear a lot, and sometimes Papa Bear. But I like being Baby Bear the best because the emotions and the things you could do as Baby Bear were like really, really funny.
Okay. First, I want to apologize. I muted my mic. Carol was passing something to me, and I muted my mic, and I didn't realize people missed that last question. So if you got the answer before the question, and the question was, did Ken have to dress up as an elf for his job there at Ho 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 Village? So sorry about that. Didn't mean that. I thought it was just the screen it muted on. I didn't realize it muted on everything. So as you know, it's always Brian with One of a Kind, always has a technical difficulty. So all right, I want to get to some questions now from our customers, or again, I'm sorry, not customers. We're viewers tonight. We're hanging out. So my first question is coming from Lee Sullivan, and her question is, Ken, do you have a background or an art degree in teaching?
Okay, so a couple of things on that. I've always had like a natural ability for art. And I took art classes all throughout college as my like extra credit classes. So I don't have a degree in art, but I pretty much like took art classes all along through college. I actually double majored in history and English with a minor in German. And I have enough classes for probably a minor in art too. And I studied all types of art making, print making, jewelry making, sculpture, pottery, drawing, watercolor, all those, just kind of like anything I could take in college, I would take those extra classes. So I don't have a degree, but I am formally trained in art. And I don't have a degree in teaching. However, I went to Belmont University in Nashville, and it's a teaching university. So part of the mission of that university as a teaching university is to teach teachers how to teach. And I absolutely got the best experience of like learning how to impart information to people in a way which makes it easy for them to retain and easy for them to learn from. In addition to having that background, I worked as a corporate trainer for a few years and actually like learned to teach people how to learn something so that they would understand the concepts and be able to do it on their own. So yeah, like I do have a background in both art and teaching, and it's been really fun for me to bring those two things together in what I'm doing now.
That's awesome. So we got a comment that just came in with that. Cheryl Peterson says your training really shows. So that's really that's incredible.
Thank you.
It's interesting in life how life is all about stepping stones. Something that you learn when you're younger. Don't you think that you move on, you're not going to use it again, and then you come back and you're like, wow, I was able to use it. I know a quick personal story for me was I took a lot of art classes in high school, and it wasn't because I was really into art. It was because I wasn't that great of a student, and I just needed classes to pass. I never thought me learning the color wheel would come back to me 20 some, well, really 30 years now later. I can't believe that I came back, I started working in it, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I remember this. I got to know my colors. So it's weird how life evolves around there. So that's really interesting.
You said something that kind of sparked a memory for me, and it has to do with the first college art class that I took. And the professor came in and he said, a lot of you are in here because you think that taking an art class is going to be an easy A. Are there any people in here who think that? And a ton of people raised their hands. And he said, you folks should probably just leave now because getting an A in an art class is not easy. This is going to be the hardest class that you've ever had because the work that we're going to do is voluminous. Like you're going to have to draw every single day. And people looked shocked. And it was true. He was a very, I want to say he was a demanding professor, but he expected a lot out of his students. And I think over the years, he had realized that people thought they could take an art class as a free A, and it just simply was not like that.
Yeah, that was definitely. I remember going back to my days as well. It was weird. Like I never thought I was really paying attention to it, but I learned how to blend. I learned how to work with different medias. It was just all the stuff, and it stuck to me. Oh, yeah. And it was like riding a bike. I started getting into it, and I was like, oh, I remember this, that, and the other thing. So yeah, it's weird. It's weird, but it's cool. I'm glad things happen. All right, I got another question here.
Learning color theory.
I'm sorry.
Learning color theory is one of the most important things. Learning color theory is one of the most important things you can do as an artist, even as a paper crafter, because that color theory will really serve you well when you're pulling together mediums and papers and things you're going to work with. The color theory will serve you very well. Yep.
Yes, I agree. All right, I have another customer, or I keep saying customer. I'm so sorry. It's viewers.
Hey, we're all friends. We're all friends here tonight.
Yeah, I know. And look, I'm not even a quarter way done yet, and I'm already making the same mistake all the time. So, looks like Carol's going to have to drive me home tonight. All right. So my next question comes from Brenda Woods, and Brenda Woods asking is, can Ken sing? He has a great voice. So can you sing? Because you really have a great voice, and I'll admit it too. I'm man enough to admit it. Your voice, you have a nice tenor voice. So I think you would be a great singer.
I've also been told I give really good tone.
Good. Okay. All right. So we just went to the.
I can't sing, and that was like when I worked at Santa Claus Land. That was my job. Like I sang in the shows, and although like I haven't really sang for years, but I love to sing. I love singing. Singing is my favorite. Hey, you need to lay down.
All right. No, that's good to know. It's always a great hobby because if paper crafts ever die, you can always. I can always see us being in the singer over at the Olive Garden. All right.
Yeah, right. It's kind of funny though because sometimes in classes I will break out in song, and it kind of surprises people.
Yeah, no, and you know what? I do it too with the One of a Kind show, and then everyone tells me, no, stop. So I must not be that good of a singer. So, all right. So with your career before craft, back to one of my questions that I pre-written down would be is how did you get started in the craft industry? I think you kind of touched a little on it, but again, I was just wondering if you can recap a little about that. How did you get started in the craft industry? How did you realize that you're like, hey, this is the way to go?
I've always had like a natural kind of affinity or natural talent for creating art and for doing craft projects. My dog's getting kind of crazy. I'm going to have to correct him here. Baxter, listen, go get in your house. He gets a little bit crazy because I'm talking. Go get your house. Go.
If you need to just take a minute take a break for a second, that's fine. I can do a couple things really quick. I was going to say for the end of the show.
Okay, I'm going to grab in a bone to chew on.
Yeah.
And then I'll be right back.
All right. Okay. So before you leave, what kind of bone? Okay. Milk bone, rawhide bone?
Just like a treat. Yeah, just a treat.
All right. All right. So while we got Ken, that's going to be moving along, and it's going to be a good intermission now. So if you got to refill your cup, this would be a great time to do it. I'm going to go ahead and take another sip. That's chocolatey goodness. So I want to take a couple seconds with you guys, and I was going to talk about it at the end, but I want to make sure, first of all, it's December 30th. Tomorrow is New Year's. From the One of a Kind crew to your crew, whoever that may be, your mom or dad or anywhere in between, we wish you a happy New Year's. We made it through 2020, and we're hoping to make it through 2021 as well. So we're really excited about that. So guys, again, I want to thank everyone for all the great support, all the vendors too. We couldn't have done this without great vendors, and we couldn't have done it without great viewers like you guys to tune in and watch. And thank you so much. I know, again, from a vendor's perspective, I speak for all of us. Thank you for all the support you've shown us. In a year that went upside down, we turned it right back around again. So thank you very much for that. We do appreciate that, and we look forward to doing a bunch of events in the 2021 season too. The next thing I want to touch base with really quick is, guys, 1/9, it's the Crafty Kit. We're getting down there. That's next weekend, I believe, already next Saturday. That's 6 great artists and 6 great projects, and that's all in one box for you guys. It's $49.99, and then with that purchase is you guys are automatically enrolled into the door prize raffle. So with that box, that's it. So we already know it's a $5 value there. So for $45, you get 6 projects, and it's great, great vendors that are in there. Who's in there again? I'm sorry. I got Stamplistic. I got Simply Stitched. I have Want to Scrap. I have Close to My Heart. I have Paper Cut. And then who's that other one? Oh yeah, that would be Craft Fancy. Craft Fancy's in there. So again, you got 6 projects, $49.99. Don't delay. Get them so we can get them out to you right away. Again, we're running out of time and we're running out of boxes. Also, moving a lot right along is we have the 116 promo video that's out there. So guys, got a lot of great vendors. We have some great people that are coming back. Haven't seen them in about a month or so. Scrap that. Crazy Creations took a little vacation, and they're going to be back. So we're going to be happy to see them. No, not that one. Sorry. B is back. B is back. So be creative. So watch out, because she's the only bee that I know doesn't sting you. She's just beautifully buzzing around you. So, and we have a lot of other great people that are going to be involved. Oh, Crafty Situations back. Carol's telling me so. And again, I apologize. I'm kind of going off the top of my head. So, and of course, we always have a crowd favorite. Stamp Realistic is going to be there, and that's going to be the class along, right? Yeah, 116. That's going to be a class along. So there's four teachers, 4 classes, and 5 demos, which is 25 minutes. All right. And then I just finished up the 123 promo video tonight. So the 123 promo video will be posted by tomorrow morning. So you guys be sure to check that out. That's going to be a New Year's Day event for you. Again, we're going to have, we're doing something a little different with that one too as well. So I had a couple vendors that on the 123, they really are like, I really need an hour. I really need an hour. And I was like, all right, you know what? We'll try it out with you guys. We'll see if, we'll see how the crowd likes it. So here it is. 123 will be out there. So it's going to be 13 vendors. 2 vendors are going to have an hour presentation time, and the rest of us are going to have 25 minutes. I will be in there, and I believe we gave you the sneak peek on the promo title. So Ken Oliver is going to be in there as well, because I put his 123 promo video up there already. So you guys got this, do a got a little sightseeing before the video started, so that'll give you a great insight there. So that'll be out there tomorrow. All right, and then we got a bunch of stuff coming up right down the pipeline. Again, it's one of those from the one-of-a-kind standpoint. I don't want to rush things out there and give you like a whole year of stuff because God knows we don't know what's going on with our year. So I like to take it month by month and not flood the zone, if you will. All right. I don't know who asked that. Marion Phillips asked, is there going to be kits? And that answer should be automatic all the time. You know, anytime we do an event, there's always a vendor kit for you guys. So you guys want to get on that. And then someone asked, Inky Stamper will be there. Will it?
Inky Stamper will be there on the 16th.
Inky Stamper is on the 16th. So be sure to check that out. All right, guys? All right, let's get back to our regularly scheduled program. And where are we now? Welcome back, Ken. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
All right. So I see someone calm down.
Yeah, we were doing good for a while, but he took his good bone and hid it behind the Christmas tree. So now he's ready to play again.
You didn't want to show the crowd tonight your butt as you're trying to dig around behind the Christmas tree?
Right.
All right. Okay. So while you were gone, I was just going through a couple events. You're in the 116 class along, and you're in the 123. I think, Ken, you pretty much do all the events for One of a Kind. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, I'm really excited too about the 16th and the 23rd because I'll be doing some things again with the new stencil butters from the Crafters Workshop. And if you guys didn't see those last time, they're amaze balls. I mean, they're so beautiful. They're like super creamy. They're called stencil butters, and they're like butter. They're so smooth.
Wow.
So you can add texture. You can add lots of brilliant colors with stencils. And I'm going to have some new stencils too, like that have never been seen before. So I'm super excited about both of the events. I'm even going to have some stencils that are especially geared toward art journaling. And I'm going to try a little bit of a special focus on art journaling in 2021 to kind of give some techniques and some know-how and show me's on that. So if you're ever interested in art journaling, that's going to be one of my areas of focus for this next year.
There it is. You heard it first on One of a Kind, man. Art journaling with Ken Oliver, man. Sign up, get on his Facebook page, get the subscription, get on his email list, do whatever you got to do. Make sure you get with Ken Oliver to hook that up. I do want to touch base again really with you because I always call it the, I'm sure it's the wrong word, terminology. I call it the love triangle of vendors here because there's someone that's in between you and me. And her name is Jamie Ett from the Crafters Workshop.
Yeah.
And actually, again, kind of bouncing back to the Craft Fancy side, when we go to the shows, I worked with Ken Oliver at shows. Ken didn't go to all the shows, but he worked with certain shows. And then we always been able to, Ken would partner up with us. And then there was another partner that we liked, and it was the Crafters Workshop. And I kind of worked with Jamie at the Crafters Workshop, which is she's really a great lady if you ever get to know her, because that's another great story. She was a single mom, had a store, and then she got into the manufacturing side of it, and then she just came out with this incredible company. I could keep calling it the Crafters Warehouse. Is it warehouse or workshop? I always mix that up. It's workshop, right?
Workshop.
Yeah, workshop.
Workshop, yeah.
And then, but it's TCW, as a lot of you guys know. So now, Ken, I know I'm kind of jumping around here, but now you kind of you did something in 2020, right? You kind of started your own business?
Well,
you were teaching before.
2020 has been a real challenge for a lot of folks. And before 2020, I had a product line that was manufactured and sold in, 86 or 100 countries around the world. And part of what I did then was I was literally out on the road teaching all the time. And when 2020 came, like, I could no longer teach online. I mean, teach out live. So, like as so many people did, I took my business online, and working with you and just working on my own, really was able to transition my business model from being out and live at stores and shows to being online. And it really kind of was an amazing way to pivot my business. And even though like my friends have been telling me for years, like to make that jump, I went ahead, like, COVID gave me the perfect opportunity, or I had no choice to really take that business online and make it work that way. And so, it's really interesting. It's been really kind of a fun thing to do. And so, yeah, like part of the natural growth of that is that I started a web-based online company that actually like helps me sell and fulfill the class kits and the materials used in the classes and demos that I do.
Awesome. Yep, and then that's where I was kind of leading into it, because you partnered up with the Crafters Workshop on some products, and is that not correct?
Oh yeah, absolutely. With Crafters Workshop, we created a product called Color Sparks, which is microfine watercolor powder in a tiny little bottle. And it's amazing to use, and it's true. It does what it says when you sprinkle it on paper and hit it with a little bit of mist of water, like the color just sparks to life. And so yeah, like I'm super excited about working with the Crafters Workshop. I've worked with Jamie at the Crafters Workshop for a few years, but 2020 actually gave us so a lot of new opportunities to expand the way that we're working together. And 2021 will as well. We've got a lot of amazing things in the pipeline for 2021.
No, that sounds exciting. I know Jamie. She's always the friendliest and most aggressive person you meet at the same point. So I really, it's a partnership that it's meant to be. Again, I'm going to kind of go back again from the Craft Fancy standpoint. We were really heavy with the Crafters Workshop at the shows, and if we ever get back to the shows again, I'll probably be back into it again. But now, since this whole virtual world thing came apart, it was one where we just kind of had some emails back and forth that I didn't want to flood the zone with Crafter Workshop products. I could have easily sold them, and then it would have been like a battle. And I don't want to do that, because I'm not that type of person. I believe in the crafting world, we can all get along, and there's more than enough room for everybody. So even though that Craft Fancy, of course, obviously still sells them, and we have them on our website, I just felt it was best, because there's only, again, I always like to say it, there's little Brian from Craft Fancy, and then there's Big Ken from the Ken Oliver Crafts and Jamie, the Crafters Workshop. So you guys, it is. So it only makes business sense. But again, I don't want people to think I got cut out or anything like that. We're all still talking. We all still work together, and it's all working out great. I'm just really excited to see you guys really coming out and just pushing the envelope with new products. Those butters look really awesome. I don't know. I'd get a little scared, but I'd be like wanting to just do all kinds of crazy stuff with those. And it's like when you say butters, I'm just thinking like toast. You got to butter it up, baby. Butter it up.
Yeah, they're amazing, seriously. And I know that everybody who's received their orders, they're like thrilled with the stencil butters.
That's awesome. That's great. I really like that. That sounds like a great product. I like all the stuff that you got. I always did. Again, I always miss it from the shows. And who knows? Maybe in the future we'll be able to get back there again, and maybe you'll be able to join us now that you branched out and became your own big company. So I'm really excited about that.
I'm so appreciative for you and Carol and the One of a Kind family for making these opportunities available. To me, it's like we all miss the shows, but this is like such an amazing thing that we can do it virtually and do it online. And in fact, like in a way, like I feel like I've developed more friendships with people who are show attendees than I ever did when the shows were live, because like we actually like connect one-on-one when we're doing our virtual classes, and it's just like it's really nice, and I feel like there's a lot of really positive things that are coming out of us working online. So, and I'm so grateful to you and Carol and One of a Kind and Craft Fancy for putting all this together, because it's just like it's really nice, and I'm sure everybody else is really appreciative too.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's a great manufacturer. I hope I can still work with her on stuff. You know what? Maybe too. Who knows? Maybe we can get her to work with One of a Kind, and we can get some stuff going there too. Just lay the hammer down, the 1-2 punch. So I want to jump back onto a customer comment here, or customer question. And again, I'm sorry, viewer. It's hard shifting the gear. It's from Chelsea Calmer. How long has Ken Oliver Crafts been around, and what made you decide to start? So we kind of answered that you recently started that, but what made you decide to branch out into your own company?
That's a funny question. I'm glad you asked it, because my bosses kept telling me that. Literally, like my bosses kept telling me that I could do whatever I want in the craft industry, and I didn't set out to work in the craft industry. The craft industry found me. I've been doing some consulting work for a company that wanted to break into craft, and they started taking me to the craft trade shows like CHA and consumer electronics shows, and they were taking me to these trade shows where there was craft going on, and literally like I was going in the capacity of a salesperson, but I've been doing consulting work for them about breaking into craft and the gift markets, and so we were at a CHA. This is how I broke into craft. We were at a CHA, and the show had been kind of dead for us because our products were really kind of lame. And I'll just say that, like, it's the God's honest truth. Our products were pretty lame, and the show had been really slow for us. And the owners had left, and they were walking the show, and we had make and take schedules. So I just got out the stuff and I started doing the make and takes, and drawing people into the booth. And when the owners came back, I had about 50 people around the booth, and they were like, "Wow, what did you do? You're really good at this," And like I had a big fat stack of orders. And I was like, "Well, I was just doing, like what we're supposed to do. We have a make and take schedule, and nobody was here, so I just did them." And that's kind of like, it just kind of accidentally happened, where I discovered that I was good at applying my sales background with making arts and crafts, and marrying those two skills together really kind of helped me get into the craft industry. And what inspired me, like I said, was my bosses actually kept telling me, like, you could do whatever you want in the craft industry. You don't need to be working with a company to make it in this business. And for a couple of years, I thought, okay, like that's just kind of a weird thing to say, like, but that was what one of my bosses told me whenever I was working out in Phoenix, and he was retiring and leaving the company, and he made a big deal out of like, like really what you need to think about is you don't need this company. You don't need a company to be behind you, because you can support this on your own. And I didn't really get that until a couple of years later. I decided on a whim, complete whim, to move back to Indiana. And part of that decision was influenced by the fact that I love my family, and I've lived away from home, like away from Indiana for many years, like probably 30 years. And I lived in big cities like Atlanta and Dallas and Phoenix and Nashville, and I love the city life, but at the same time, like I missed my family and kind of missed like the slower life of small town. And I literally just one day woke up and said, I am moving back to Indiana. And I did that. And I didn't have any idea like what I was going to do for a job. I literally just like opened my eyes one morning and leapt. I took the leap, and and I had no idea what I was going to do, but I knew I could teach art classes, and I knew from where I'd kind of been, like with the companies I worked for, that it wasn't hard. I know lots and lots of people in the craft industry, and I just kind of took the leap of faith and just started doing what I like to do, and that prompted me, really just kind of gave me my start on working on my own, which is kind of crazy to think about, because I've always been the person that has been all about, the job and the planning and and making sure that all that stuff is covered. I just woke up one day and was like, I'm just going to do my own thing. And I did. And I'm glad I did. And there are a lot of challenges associated with that, but then the reward is also very good.
Awesome. That's a perfect answer. I couldn't ask for anything better. So I want to go to the boards really quick. Just to let you know, Jamie is from the Crafters Workshop, is online. She did say hello to everybody. So hello, Jamie. Glad to see you there. Thanks for joining us at the One of a Kind. So I'm always excited to see that. And that just shows you guys the kind of partnership that everyone has. Even though that the Crafters Workshop wasn't on tonight, she was still on there, being able to support Ken and also me. So I do appreciate that, and that's what it's all about. I
want to tell you how awesome. I want to tell you how awesome Jamie is. A few years ago, I was doing some classes at a store in Long Island in New York, and I messaged Jamie, and I was like, because we were out of some stencils there. And the store owner turned in an order to Jamie, and Jamie got up on a Saturday and literally drove all the stencils to the store, so that we'd have stencils on hand for that day. And I think what had happened was I'd been there on a Friday night too, and we basically sold everything that they had in stock. And so Jamie came, literally drove from where she lives in New York, which is way on the other side, all the way out to Long Island, to hand deliver the stencils and join us for one of the classes. And that's just the kind of entrepreneur that Jamie is. She will do whatever it takes to make sure that her customers are satisfied. And I love working with her.
Oh, absolutely, dude. I cannot preach that enough about the Crafters Workshop, Jamie. There's obviously going to shows. Jamie's been in our booth demoing for our shows. And when we do shows, it's back to back to back to back to back. And we would run out of product. And she would stuff the stuff in her suitcase to get it to us and drive it to us. Literally, she would drive hours to get wherever show that she's at to get it to us. That, again, this is what small businesses are all about. You're never going to get that from, I'm sorry, I don't like knocking it, but you're never going to get that from the Joannes and Michaels out there in the world. But you got a small business, they'll bend over backwards for you. And that's what it's all about. Just like you, me, everybody that's out there. Who else? I saw that Jillian Vance is tuning in tonight. Crafters Workshop. Just all these small businesses. And this is it. This is the network. And the biggest thing is just being able to get it product out into your hands. And that's what it's all about. So that's an awesome story. I'm glad you brought that up.
I think Jillian was going to be here tonight. Hey, Jillian.
So, all right. So I'd like to move along. I do have another question here that I kind of pre-written. Oh, before I even do that, guys, where's the questions? If we're gonna do drinks with Brian, I got to get some questions in here. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't be bashful. I know you're shy. Shoot the question out. We're gonna throw it out there. So, I guess we kind of talked about this. Did you miss anything? The question I had here was personal growth in 2020. I think we kind of covered it in a couple different areas, but anything that I missed?
Oh, you know what? This is all kind of crazy too for me to even think about. This in 2020, it's been so challenging. How are we going to even be around next month? And so there have been so many challenges, and I kind of started looking at those challenges are opportunities to grow and to learn. And so this year I started walking, and I used to be really physically fit, and I don't know where or 100 miles a month. 100 miles a month for a while now, and I'm loving that. And this month I'm going to be a little bit short of 100 miles because it's been kind of like we've had snow and ice and some really cold weather, so I'm a little bit short on that. But nonetheless, like that's okay. And the huge thing this year is I quit smoking. I quit smoking, and you've known me for a long time, and you know like that I have been like a chimney stack for years, and somehow like I just got like tired of it and fed up with smoking, and the fact that well, one, like if I was going to go to the store to get cigarettes, like that could put my life at risk, you know, going into a store. And then I'm like, this is like kind of stupid because I'm going into a store that's dangerous to go in because I might get a virus so that I can buy cigarettes, which ultimately are going to kill me. And how stupid is that? And then the other thing that kept going on in my mind is like, well, I can keep smoking, and then if I get the virus, I'll be intubated. Or I can just keep smoking, and when I get lung cancer, I'll be intubated anyway. So either way on this path, it's like not looking good. So somehow it's just like all kind of clicked with me, like that I should quit smoking. So I quit smoking. I've also quit drinking coffee, although I had a little bit earlier today because I wanted to be extra chatty tonight. My dog is climbing behind the Christmas tree, and I have no idea what's going on. But yeah, so like personal growth, like that's been really huge for me. And to quit smoking and quit drinking coffee and to get back on the physical exercise, it's really kind of a huge deal for those things. And just, you know, out of the opportunity and the challenges that 2020 has given us. Baxter, now my dog's not going to hurt himself in the tree. I've been able to like get a better like handle on like how I want my business to grow. And I've got some big plans for 2021 because I want to kill it next year. I really want to make sure that I'm doing some things that hit and bring lots of innovative ideas to my friends and customers who shop with me every week.
All right, that kind of leads into another question that I got, but I'm going to hold off on that because I got a customer question that came up here from, the first one came up from Brenda Woods. Would you kindly ask Ken if the Color Burst ink pads are discontinued? If so, are there any Ken Oliver ink pads on the horizon? And that's from Brenda.
Well, Brenda, at this time, like I don't have those in stock, and I'm kind of considering them discontinued. And I don't. There's still some inventory, but I haven't wanted to sell them because they're a little bit Baxter. They're a little bit old, and I want to make sure that you get a product that's fresh. And so, like, I've been a little bit hesitant on putting those out there because I'm not sure that the consumer experience would always be that good. And yes, there's plans to do some ink pads in the future for sure. And I've got some ideas for inks that are amazing.
Customers want to know. All right, thank you. Thanks for answering Brenda on that one. And then Sheila Rodriguez is asking, does Ken have any helpers, like staff? All of my orders seem to be handpicked and packed and shipped by him personally. So that one I know the answer to, but I'm going to let you answer that one. Go ahead, Ken.
I do not have any employees, and I do not have a staff. You know, since I'm kind of a one-man show, and right now, especially here in COVID, it's been really good that I'm a one-man operation. Trust me, though, I have plenty of people who volunteer to help me pick orders and pack orders. At this time, like I've just been more comfortable in keeping my space really clean. You know, because I'm worried about bringing somebody into my space who has contacts like these bubbles might not be as tight as mine. And so I am, pretty much like a one-man operation. And it's kind of fun, though, because, like, when I pick your orders, like, I get to know what people want. You're going to have to excuse me for a minute because my dog is being silly. I get to know what you want, and then I understand, I get to know you better from the products that you pick.
what happened to him? What happened to him? Just disappeared on me. Got up like we're having a conversation. So hold on a second here. Let me jump back to my screens. So we lost Ken for a second. Again, why we're doing that? Let's just come back again. We are talking with Ken Oliver from Ken Oliver Crafts tonight. The keyboards are jumping with Carol, and then we got a lot of great vendors that are also out there in the chat room as well talking to you. We have Jamie Ett from the Crafters Workshop hanging out there, and then we also have Jillian Vance talking out there as well tonight. So a lot of great conversations going on and going on. Again, I just want to remind everybody again. I did notice Scrap That had wrote a comment. The 116 event that they're in, they only have 5 kits left, so don't delay. Get those kits and get them out right away. So you guys don't want to miss out on that one. All right. So looks like Ken's back, so we're going to jump back onto the screen. You back here, Ken?
Yeah, I am.
All right. You kind of got up and walked away. I was like, what happened to Ken? So welcome back. All right.
Thank you.
So we kind of just picking up where we left off. I was kind of going through. Did we kind of ask this question already? Did I miss this one? Did the martini get to me already? The direction for 2021. Where do you think 2021 is going to take you, Ken? Personally and maybe professionally.
I'm really hoping that 2021 is going to be. I already know that 2021 is going to be a banner year for a lot of us, for all of us, because we found new ways to do our business, and that's kind of just where I see myself is increasing my footprint online, offering more classes, and then also creating more product. Whether it be stamps and additional color sparks and different colors of some other mediums that I'm super interested in. And so I just see it as a year of growth. We're going to keep creating. Humans love to make things, and so we're going to keep creating. Regardless of what happens, I think with the virus or anything else, we love to create things. And so, I look at 2021 as a year of growth and a year of opportunity.
Whoop. Sorry, I got caught. I was reading some comments, so I was just kind of going through here. Because, like I said, the message boards.
It's a goal for me to actually get a bigger workspace that would allow me to have more warehouse space and allow me to have someone actually have a staff and have people working with me.
All right. It sounds like you heard it there first, and it sounds like Ken Oliver's got the plan. So I have a personal question for you. Do you own stock in Carhartt?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
As a fellow, as you know, I'm also a blue collar worker. I'm an electrician. And so I wear a lot of Carhartts myself. So I recognize the tag all the time. And I see you have all the shirts and stuff. And I always wonder, I was like, boy, every time he's on, he's got a shirt. And
so here's kind of the deal. They manufacture about 45 minutes from where I live. And so it's kind of easy to get orders online and get them shipped out. If I order something today, usually it will be here in 2 days. And the other thing that's so cool about that is I have a cousin who works for Carhartt, and so she keeps me in on abreast of all kinds of stuff that they have there. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, know exactly what I do.
I have a cousin who works at. She kind of lets me in on all the special items and special promotions and stuff.
So
yeah. But here's the thing: is the reason I love Carhartt is it's American-made clothing. The company is a family-owned company. It has been for 110 years or something. And man, it's the quality is so good. I know that if I buy a Carhartt shirt, it's going to last for years. My brother inherited a Carhartt vest from his father-in-law who passed away, and his father-in-law had that vest for probably like 15 years, and my brother has had it for 10 years. I mean, their clothing just lasts so well, lasts so long. So it's like it's a good thing to buy because it's going to last a long time.
Nope, I agree. I agree. It's American made for Americans. It fits nice. It's snugged. It's, I'm not the fattest guy in the world, but I'm a little larger in the upper chest. I always like it. It fits us good, and that's what I like. And it's American made.
Right.
You're absolutely right. I got work shirts that are 25 years old. I get a nice dress shirt and it's garbage in like a year. And I spent more on the nice dress shirt than I did the Carhartt shirt. So that's awesome. So. With you being with Carhartt now, go ahead. Go ahead, Ken.
I just got a couple of weeks ago, and the other thing too is like it's good for our kind of weather. It's really heavy, and so like when it's cold outside, their shirts and sweatshirts really keep you warm.
So my question to you was going to be, can I see a Carhartt Ken Oliver tool belt coming out with all your tools and stuff? You can have a spritzer bottle on one side and a gelato knife and all that stuff. Could I see that? And the Carhartt apron with the special Ken Oliver on the front. Come on, crowd!
That would be pretty
Cheer
cool,
in right now. This is it. This is our chance for new products. So, all right, that's pretty funny.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah,
I like that. All right.
I don't know. I'll have to look at that.
So one of the things I always like to end as kind of like I always like to end on a personal note. So I know that you like to craft. We learned about Baxter tonight, but what other hobbies do you have other than crafting? What do you do with your spare time? What does Ken like to do? Ken personally.
You guys would never believe this, but I love to grow things, and I actually really love growing plants and house plants. I love gardening, and so in the winter months, I really have a ton of indoor gardening things, gardening chores that keep me busy, kind of occupied, and that's been a good COVID hobby too. Because you're actually living and tending to living things and growing them inside. And since the weather's gotten cold, and a lot of my plants have had to come inside, I've started using grow lights to keep them healthy and looking good. And I'm just learning more about using the grow lights, using grow lights and other ways of indoor culture to keep your plants looking healthy. So I have a lot of favorites of plants. Like right now, I really like monsteras. I don't know if you've heard of those, but they're a tropical plant that's related to philodendrons. And some of them are real vining and some of them are more upright. And my favorite is Monstera delicosa. And the leaves literally are about this big. They're huge. I also do really well with fiddle leaf ficus trees, fiddle leaf fig trees. So I love growing those. And one of my fiddle leaf fig trees is actually maybe about 10 years old. And it got so big for my space. I have at the maximum 9 feet ceilings, even in my studio downstairs. And my tree got so big that I had to take it to my neighbor's shop. She has 12 feet ceilings. And so my tree in her shop actually grows up to the ceiling and then vines around and grows along on the ceiling. It's probably about 20 feet, long. So I like to grow things. And I have a really interesting collection of succulents. I collect succulents pretty much from everywhere I go. I'm looking right now and I have succulents on my shelves that I've collected from Pomona, California, when we do the expos out there. And from, from Phoenix, I have succulents, and I love to just collect them out of my friend's yard, or even like a hotel. If a hotel has like some really beautiful plants, I'll be like, oh, I need a start of that, and like walk by and take a little piece of it off. And so like I love doing that too. But I've also got Christmas cactus and philodendrons and orchids. I grow orchids really well, and African violets. So I'm also, in addition to being like a artist, crafter, I'm a botanist.
All right. So I got a question here for you. Leslie Thompson Herman came and asked the question. She says, my dog has a Carhartt jacket and leash. I don't think Baxter has that. Does Baxter have a Carhartt coat and leash?
He doesn't. You know what? And I need to get that for him. He does have a really nice Carhartt bed, which he doesn't use at all. But I do need to get him a Carhartt coat. That would be a really good thing. So thank you, Leslie, for recommending that. Hey, up there in Michigan, I hope you're having. I think Leslie's from Michigan. Would that be right?
So that's a big question. Leslie, are you from Michigan? Ken's trying to get away from the question. That's a bad question. How can your dog not have a coat? Even Heidi's got a coat.
Oh, he's got coats. Oh. He's got beautiful coats. I just don't have a Carhartt coat for him.
Working dogs need working coats.
Okay. Baxter will get a Carhartt coat. His birthday is actually coming up. It's January 1st. So he'll get a coat for his birthday, I promise.
All right, you better promise the one of a kind viewers we get a picture of that on our group. We want to see that Carhartt coat. Okay. All right. Sheila Rodriguez said, love the tool belt idea and make them in lavender and pink for the ladies. So I'm telling the source right now, you guys should know. Who else? I would love a Ken Oliver apron, Sandra Myers says. And then we got a couple more people that joined us. So that's really good. All right.
You know, I do have some Ken Oliver aprons at KenOliverCrafts.com.
There you go, ladies.
I've got a few left.
Don't go to KenOliverCrafts.com. Check it out. Go find those aprons. You guys can get that right away. So don't delay. Especially with Ken's stuff. It gets all messy, gooey, ooey, and it's all fun for you. So it's awesome. All right. I'm kind of out of questions, Ken. You have anything else that you want to talk about tonight?
You are.
Yeah, so here was my recap.
I'm pretty good. I'm just like...
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm just super excited that we got to do this tonight.
No, yeah, I liked it. It worked out pretty good. So I'd like to ask the crowd that's out there, what do you guys think about tonight? Did you guys like this? Do you think everything's okay? I kind of do it like try to do it like a little TV show where we still have some entertainment and get to know the vendors. So if you guys liked it, don't be afraid to throw some comments out there on the chat. We always like it. Hey, I do have a question for Ken. After tonight's chat, would you be able to go through and take a look at those comments made tonight for all the comments that people made, because they're rolling in so fast that we might have missed a couple. So you think you can go through and answer a couple of those questions tonight?
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
All right, that's awesome. I'll be going through it as well, so I know there were some questions that came through. I'm seeing a lot of hearts right now coming out there, Ken. So it's either you or me, or for both of us. I don't know. We seem to be a tag team here tonight. I think it's all you. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I'm with the big guns. Remember, I'm just a little guy. So, again, guys, it was really great tonight. So we were able to ask Ken about the Christmas decor in the room. We talked about his career before crafting, and then how did you get into started in the craft industry, hobbies other than the craft, and then personal growth for 2020, along with the biggest challenges of 2021. Also, too, is the what's in store for 2021. So if you guys are just watching the video a little later on, you guys definitely want to tune in for that. And then training with my dog Baxter, because Baxter always needs to be trained. And then also, too, I got to get these back over here again. So, and then Clarissa asked, or is it Chelsea? Chelsea asked, I'm sorry, how long has Ken Oliver's been around and what have decided to start? Wait, what? How long has Ken Oliver's Crafts been around and what made you decide to start? We answered that question tonight. Brenda Woods asked, can Ken sing? Ken, I really want to hear you sing something, man. Can you sing something for the crowd? Throw a couple notes out there for us. Come on, you can do it, man. Ken.
Okay, I'm going to take requests. Does anybody have a request? Because I'm kind of coming up blank as to what to say.
Oh, we're going to get Ken to sing. Come on, someone throw a song out there really quick. Hurry up, get it out there. So we're about a 20-second delay, so let's see. Come on, man. Come on, Ken. So we're going to do that. So awesome. So, okay, Carol, watch the keyboards. First song that comes up, shout it to me. And then we did Ken's background from Lee Sullivan asking what kind of, if he had an art degree or not. So that's awesome. So here we go. Come on, I see some comments. I'm just kind of waiting. So
Jingle bells.
Jingle bells?
Somebody said something.
Marion Phillips came up with the first one saying jingle bells. Can you sing jingle bells?
That's easy. Okay, I'll do jingle bells. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. I'm off-key, bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells. See, I can sing.
Oh, no, not me, man. This is the Ken Oliver show tonight. So, and besides, look, this is almost empty, so my singing days are done. So, all right, Ken, I appreciate it.
I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
I got a question for you guys. And this is like every time I hear Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, whenever it comes to the little part where you're supposed to fill in the extra parts, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw it, you would say it glows like a light bulb. Does anybody like have to fill in those little blanks? Because I do. If I'm driving on the road and I hear Rudolph on the radio, like I will scream out all of those little fill in the blanks, like a light bulb, like Pinocchio, in between all of the little verses. Does anybody else do that, or is it just me?
Wow, that's a great question. So we're going to see some stuff come up in about 20 seconds. So we'll see
You know
that.
what I'm talking about?
Yep, I know exactly what you're saying. And me, I can't. Again, we're trying to keep this PG-13, so I fill in the blanks the wrong way. So my answers wouldn't be appropriate, especially now. So
That's funny.
I had a slice of toast this morning and a loaded martini, so I'm rip roaring ready to go. And my sad part now is I'm ready to do the second glass. So, how's your eggnog coming along?
It's pretty good, and I think I need to put the brakes on.
Yep, that's good. That's good. I don't want to see you just kind of tip to the side, and there goes Ken. So I sing. Oh, here we go. I got some comments that are flowing in here, Ken. Just really quick, looking at these. Sarah is saying, I always sing the extras in Rudolph's song when with the grandkids. From Sharon. Sandra says, just you, Ken. What are you drinking? And that answer is eggnog for Sandra. And then, yes, I fill in the blanks, says Barb. Tiffany says, I sing the extras. Maribeth, I do. Leslie Thompson Herman says, yes, the way they taught me to do it, my kids in school. Hold on a second. This is my problem, Ken. I'm old. I got to put on the glasses. No, I can see now. Yes, the way they taught me to do it in the school. Lynn Mann says, you both have me laughing out loud at home. And that's it. So, all right. Well, guys, Ken, I think I think I answered all my questions tonight. Do you have any questions or anything else you want to say tonight?
You know, I think I'm good. I just want to say Happy New Year to everybody and best wishes in the new year. I hope, it's everything that you want it to be, and I hope that it's a really great year for you. And thank you so much for letting me join in tonight on Drinks with Brian. I'm super excited that we got to do this. And it's been kind of fun to get to know everybody a little better and get to hang out and just rap.
Absolutely, I loved it. It couldn't have been a better night. It was right the night before New Year's, so people are just chilling, relaxing, with everything going on. It's a great time to just escape the reality that we're in there and be able to still communicate. Again, the best thing about humans is we always got to socialize, and I can't socialize in person, so the next best thing is we're going to figure out how to do all this on the computers. So. And it seems to be working out. I got a lot of great people just making all kinds of comments tonight, and people are chiming in from all the different places. Again, Ken, I can't thank you enough for coming out. I know you're the second person to do the drinks with Brian. Our first person was Want to Scrap, and that was. She tried her best. I tried my best at what we were trying to do. So I really tried to make it work with what we had going on there. And of course, I think everyone that kind of knows me from Craft Fancy and One of a Kind knows that I'm really kind of a perfectionist, and my whole goal is always to try to make this as easy and entertaining for everybody involved and painless. So I hope it was easy for you tonight. It was definitely fun for me. I can see Baxter was entertained as well, so it really is. Ken, I appreciate from One of a Kind. I speak from the heart, and 3/4 of a glass of a martini at this point. I really appreciate all the support you showed One of a Kind. I appreciate all the love and support that you showed all our customers this year from the One of a Kind that tuned in with your startup of the company. Again, being a small company, you got all the right marks, and that's why you're with One of a Kind, because I don't want just any company. I only want the right companies. And speedy shipping, having products on hand when you say that you're going to have a kit available, and being able to be in touch with the customers. It's you got everything there, and right again too, you bring the right people in with you. So you got the Crafters Workshop hanging out there on the backside, knocking it out, knocking a home run, helping you out, you're getting the stuff out there. So Ken, all I can say is thank you. I hope from One of a Kind to you for 2021 is even more prosperous. And as we start to figure out how to move forward through these navigating rough waters, we're going to even be better and work smarter and be able to get out to our customers a lot better than what we did in 2020. So with that being said, I'm kind of just babbling now, but Ken, I really want to thank you for coming on, being the second person to be my guinea pig. I hope everyone worked out. So Ken, I want to bid you a farewell. Oh, there's Baxter giving you the kiss. So he's saying it's time to go.
Yeah.
So Ken, thank you so much. I appreciate everything. Have a great Happy New Year to you. And we're going to be seeing Ken Oliver back on 1/16. So, all right, Ken, we're going to talk to you later. Have a good one. Say goodbye, everybody. Bye, Ken. So, all right.
Bye-bye.
All right. So that was Brian again. It's just back to me on the one screen. And so the best thing now is we hope you enjoyed your evening tonight. Again, Ken Oliver, he's a general staple of the One of a Kind show. You're going to be able to see him on the 116 and the 126 event. You're going to love it. He's doing 25-minute demos on both times. You guys, if you haven't watched the demo, you guys got to sign in. I had some newbies come in tonight. So you guys want to check out our group. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. And we're going to have be able to answer those questions for you too. Again, just want to review again during our commercial break. Remember, the 1-9 Crafty event is the 1-9 Crafty box is $49.99. We're running low on those. Get those in a timely manner. And we'll get those out to you. That's next weekend. 6 projects, 6 vendors. Also, too, is we got the 116 demo tape, a promo tape out there. You guys want to get with that, too. Check those out and go back to your vendor sites and get those. And then 123 promo video will be out tomorrow morning. Right, Carol?
Yes.
All right. She's the boss lady. I just stitched the videos together, and then she's the brains of the operation. We'll be getting those out tomorrow morning. So you guys can see that. So my name is Brian. my glass is empty, and that means it's time that the show is over. So I appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. Hey, before I go, let me know your thoughts on this. Don't be afraid. PM me. If you're afraid, if you want to see more from different vendors, let me know. I have a couple other vendors asking that they would like to be a part of it. Let me know if you want to see someone in particular, and if you don't ask me, ask them to be a part of it. So remember, this is all part of the one-of-a-kind program. So when a vendor does a show, they get to do all the extras as well. So guys, I really appreciate everyone. And again, from the one-of-a-kind family, I want to wish everyone a New Year's. Hold on, I'm going to just check the boards one more time, just because I can. All right.
That was a lot of hearts.
I got tons of hearts here. Oh, Inky Stamper was fun. Happy New Year. There you go. Crystal Villa is on there. Happy New Year's, everyone. Well, Happy New Year's to you, Crystal. Happy New Year's to Jillian Vance. Nancy, thank you, Nancy. Who else we got here? Jan Harder, thank you for all you do for us. Guys, it's a two-way street. It's I do for you, you do for us. Remember, it's everybody's in it together until we can meet in person again. I love it. Miriam Phillips coming. I would love to meet more vendors. All right, there's the answers we're getting right now. So it says yes, fun learning about others. Yeah, so we'll bring on everybody but Jillian Vance. How about that? I'm only messing with you. So it looks like Jillian Vance, maybe we'll have to get her on. So she's pretty active on the boards. So, I got somebody here. Inky Stamper is happy to have drinks with you. There you go. Inky Stamper's joining us. All right. That sounds like fun. Guys, it looks Carol Parker's on there too. Definitely want more nights like this. That's great, guys. So, I don't know when and where we're going to do it next, but we're going to do it really soon. So, guys, again, like I said, my glass is empty. I got to go refill it. And the rest of you guys, I hope you have a great evening. I hope you have a great New Year's Eve. I was going to see you guys probably before 1/9 with the door prize raffle video. So see you guys really soon. Thanks for tuning in. Wear your mask, stay safe, and as always, practice safe crafting. See you guys really soon. Bye.